Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia Moksha, here for another twin flame reading. This was part of part 1, which was kind of more of a Lightworker, Starseed, and twin flame, just kind of anyone who's like very highly spiritual, very divinely connected energy update. And I kind of wanted to just use this to just quickly go over like the love part and like the you and the twin flame part of that energy, and then we'll go into like how do they feel about you, their thoughts, and all that stuff, and like where's this connection on the physical union scale, um so first of all, I noticed these two star cards here, and you can see that like you're finally kind of like crossing paths with each other. And so these are like two star-crossed lovers, so it might seem like you two were kind of destined, but all these things had all these obstacles and challenges that you two had to overcome to kind of like finally find each other and meet each other and be together. It seemed like kind of something out of a novel or a really like a star-crossed lover, a romantic rom-com or something like that, or a drama. It just kind of feels like you two are kind of finally like seeing each other, crossing paths, after you've gone through a lot of challenges and hurdles in life. And it's also next to this 3 of Cups. So I do feel like you don't just meet your twin flame alone. I feel like you meet them along with one or few or several other soul family members. For a lot of you, you might meet them in a group of people. So whether this is the first time meeting them or meeting them again, I feel like you will meet your twin flame either like they come into your life and then another platonic soulmate, soul family type friend comes in your life at the same time. And then I've been saying for the past couple of months in all my energy update readings that like it's at the very, very least one like your divine counterpart twin flame and then one platonic soulmate friend comes in around the same time. Maybe they'll come in together, maybe they know each other, maybe they know of each other, maybe they're part of the same group, maybe there's a few soulmate friends in there, platonic soulmate friends in there, or soul family members in that group, and you really easily get connected to that divine counterpart, and one or two or few or several soul family members. This kind of depends on your energy, depending on how advanced you are in your journey. But at the very, very bare minimum, if you're one of those twin flames, Lightworkers, Starseeds that are like 51% into 5D already, at the very bare minimum, you're going to get one divine counterpart and one platonic soulmate friend come in at the same time. But for most of you, I'm getting there. It might come in a group. You might have like a community or a new kind of group about a certain topic, or a spiritual group, or some hobby that you're in, or a neighborhood that you're in. Just kind of come in. Well, you'll have strong connections to, at least 2 or if not more folks from there. So that's definitely coming in for you. And then the Justice card, this is a time for a lot of peace and love and beauty. So you're going to find that you look better at this time. You're feeling better about your life. And you know that's just a setup for a really, really good romantic relationship, and even friendships, relationships of all kinds. But you're in a really good state mentally, emotionally, physically. You're loving yourself. You're loving how you look. You're loving how you come off. You're loving how your mind is thinking, and where your heart is. You're able to, put down that barrier, that shield around your heart that might have hardened after some time, even after your spiritual awakening, maybe just after some of the dark night of souls. You might have hardened your heart a little bit. That's coming down. Those walls are coming down. You can love freely, let your light shine very freely, because you're around safe people. You're around people who understand and who reciprocate that kind of light and love back to you. So you're going to feel really beautiful. You're going to find the people around you, you're going to think they're very beautiful heart, very beautiful energies. It's going to be just nice for you to just enjoy that, just be in that energy for a while. Of course, with the Empress and the 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups as like a solo person, even the King of Swords here, everyone's kind of solo. even though the Hermit in reverse, you're starting to meet people, you kind of start off in a good place yourself. That's how you know this energy is coming in. Then you get these energies of physical people that match your frequency are going to come in. One of them being your divine counterpart. And this is happening as you're just opening up your heart again. And this time, because you're bringing in so much powerful, expanded, very big, huge heart energies, mind energies, just spiritual energy in general, it's just going to take you a few steps to kind of get used to giving and receiving and holding that much love energy again. But again, 9 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, the Star card. This is a really good time to enjoy the Chariot. Things that might be moving really rapidly in a positive direction for you, and this person might come in very quickly now, but it's time to just kind of let yourself enjoy this for a little bit, because you might not get this time again. Really enjoy this like beginning stages of going into 5D and into these 5D relationships. Okay, beautiful soul. All right, so they're going to be on this side, your twin flames energy, and your energy is going to be represented on the left side. I'm not doing masculine and feminine because, if you've heard from part 1, like at this point you are very strong and your masculine and feminine energies, and their masculine feminine energies has been powered up and fully on and has expanded and very well incorporated. So I'm just going to see your twin flame on the right, you on the left, and we're going to do the unseen energies, so thoughts and feelings, and then the physical energies, the seen energies on the bottom. So let's see the union energies. What is happening in this connection in union energies? The unseen, 4 of Earth, the 4 of Pentacles. So we definitely see that this is very protected in the higher realm. So both of you have kind of probably protected your energies from other people at this time. Both of you might have stayed single, or protected your sexual energies, or protected your energies just from other people who might not understand the kind of love you're looking for, the kind of relationship that you want. Even advances from other potential romantic interests. So at this time, both of you are very protective, because you both are like, I want the one, but I don't know what that looks like, or who that will be, or if they're coming in soon or not. Like, if it's not the one, then I would rather not anything, right? Okay, and the 6 of Wands, yeah, so that's success energy. So I feel like it's very successful at this time, this energy that you're both keeping up, which is, hey, if you're not on my vibe, just leave, like, if you're not going to help me bring in my divine counterpart, that energy doesn't need to be around you. So even like, not just like other romantic interest advances that are really below your frequency, but even people, places, and things, specifically people, friends, families who probably don't understand why you haven't just settled down or found someone to keep you company, or why aren't you dating more, or why are you being so picky with the people that you choose, or why are you so hung up on this person, or what's wrong with you? Do you even love? Like, are you insane? Do you have like too fantastical of an idea on what love is? So even keeping that energy at bay is really helping the both of you, and both of you are actually doing that at this time. Okay, so I'm going to do the physical energy of union at the end, but let's see now what is going on with their feelings. What do they feel? How do they feel about you at this time? How do they feel about you at this time? Let's do cards. The Strength card and the High Priestess card. Wow. So whether this person knows who you are or don't, or feels connected to you at a soul level, they feel... Sorry, I just got something stuck in my throat and had to grab water and started coughing like crazy. So they really, really want to express their feelings and their emotions to someone who can... someone who has a lot of spiritual strength. They cannot picture themselves being emotionally open to anyone who cannot understand emotions at a deep a level as you can, who has the emotional complexity and emotional depth as you. They can't just open up to anyone. This is why they're kind of closing off their energies to other people. It's just because they're like, hey, you know, I tried sharing my emotions. I tried sharing my my sadness, my happiness, my thoughts, my feelings about romantic love to people, I'm getting to even their loved ones, to people who are close to them, the best friends, and they just cannot talk to them on that level. So they can't wait. Anxiety in reverse. So I'm getting that they're not anxious about not sharing their feelings, like not being able to share their feelings. They're like, hey, when I find the person, I'll be able to share my feelings and emotions with them, and that'll be good enough for me. They're not worried about not sharing. Ace of Pentacles. They're like, I don't need to, you know, share my feelings with everyone. I just need to share my feelings with the one I love the most, which is you. Their twin flame, their divine counterpart. They're like, yeah, I just need one person to be able to connect with very, very deeply, and I'm not worried about sharing my feelings at this time with no one, because I know once this person comes in, they're going to be the person who I can talk to about everything, talk to about all these things on a very deep level, and a level where they're so emotionally mature that they're emotionally evolved. I really have tried my hardest talking to other folks, and it's just not working out for me. Okay, what does this look like in the physical? How is this looking in the physical? The King of Wands. Yeah. They're on a mission. They're on a mission to kind of find you. You know, and they're not shy about that. They're like, I'm on a mission to find my person, and I know that I will find them. That's why they don't have anxiety or stress about this anymore, because they know victory and the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, that they will find you. They'll absolutely find you, or you'll find them. They have an absolute knowing. They're like, sometime in my life, I know that we will come together. And that gives them such reassurance. That puts their heart and mind at ease. They don't care when. They just know that's going to happen. They're like, that's all I need to know. I have absolute knowing now that that's actually what's going to happen. And that's all that puts my heart at ease, my mind at ease. I thought about taking a trip with you. They do imagine you and them kind of going on adventures together. They often think about like, oh yeah, like they make mental notes of like where they might want to take you for like a short trip, long trip. Like, oh yeah, I think my twin flame would love going to this place or that place. I feel like they don't even go travel alone anymore. Alone with other people. I feel like they're not even like traveling much. They're kind of staying at home. They're kind of keeping to themselves. I feel like they've kind of like, they feel like they've done the things. They've went on solo traveling trips with other people. They've seen what they want to see in the world. They've experienced what they wanted to experience. You know, they've had connections with friends and family members and other people who are maybe more 3D, who are not on the same frequency as them. They're like, you know what? I've done this. I'm over it. I'm just gonna kind of chill out by myself now. You know, and when they do think about taking a trip, they're like, yeah, it'd be only worth it to do it with my twin flame. And so when they think about adventures and stuff, they're like, yeah, I don't feel like going there by myself or with other people, friends or family. But I would go on that trip with my twin flame, and I would have enjoyed it immensely. But at this time, I don't feel like going on alone. I don't feel like going with other people. They've exhausted their adventures with people who are not on the same frequency as them. And they're like, yeah, I'm over it. You know, I've done as much as I could in that regard. All right, so let's quick look at your thoughts and feelings about them. So if this isn't your energy, then it's vice versa. Your energy will be on this side, but it's kind of it's kind of a vice versa kind of reading. One twin flame is feeling this, and one twin flame is feeling that. So what about you? Ace of Wands. So you're also very sure that something is happening in your life right now. So whereas your twin is kind of feeling more self-assured, reassured that they will meet you at some point and they will get to live a life out with you at some point in this lifetime, you are feeling more, again, it's vice versa, but it's just easier for me to stick with them and you. You are feeling more that this is happening now. This is happening more immediately than they think. Yeah, isolation in reverse. So it's kind of like you feel like this is going to happen at any moment, that you're coming out of isolation. So they're feeling like this could happen. This is definitely going to happen in their lifetime. You're feeling like it's happening now. Yeah, King of Swords. Wow. First the Ace of Wands and now the King of Swords. And we saw the King of Swords come up in the part 1 of the Twin Flame reading, where it's kind of like it was the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords together, and it's kind of like, yeah, you know something is happening. You know people are on their way. You know this huge manifestation is taking place. You know this is happening. So you might be more spiritually aware than your person, although they're also very spiritually aware, but in a different way. I feel like this is kind of more the masculine energy. This is more the feminine energy. So the masculine energy, even though they've conquered their feminine energy side, their intuition is kind of telling them, I know this exists. I know this will happen. My intuition tells me that this is absolutely happening in my lifetime, and I know this without a doubt, that I will come together with my twin flame. Whereas the feminine is more like, yeah, I've always known that, but I know it's happening now. So, you know, the feminine energy is always leading spiritually, and the masculine energy is always leading physically. But you can see like the feminine energy is just like, yeah, I've known this. And as like we're all kind of evolving up to the next level, the feminine energy's spiritual side is also evolving to the point where they're like, yeah, I know this is happening, but I know it's happening now. You know, a little extra piece of information, extra spiritual wisdom, insight, knowledge. You can also see this as a masculine feminine energy within yourself. Okay, so let's see how this looks in the physical, your feelings. The Three of Cups. Yeah. And you now know, and the feminine energy I'm just seeing is more spiritual, with masculine is more physical. you know that it's not just only happening that your divine counterpart is coming in, but also that your other, soul family members or platonic soulmates are also coming in. You might be also being hit up by more romantic interests, people who are interested in you, think you're cute, have a crush on you. That energy might come through also a little bit at the beginning, at least, because even though you're kind of shunning them away, when you're bringing in a lot of love energy, you're also bringing in a lot of love energy that you might not want at the same time, at least initially in the beginning, when it's like kind of like piercing through the veil. Okay, so let's see, what are their thoughts about you? What are their thoughts about you? Eight of Wands, they want to talk to you. That's so funny. I totally got that because I started like something got caught in my throat and I started like coughing and I had to get a sip of water and pause and get a sip of water because I knew that they really want to talk to you. They really want to talk to you. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see about what? Three of Cups. The Three of Cups came out in reverse though. They want to talk to you about being more than friends. So I feel like they might want to try to get to try to be better friends with you at this time, and they might try to like kind of show you that they want to be closer friends, or kind of say that they want something more than friendship. They want to be more romantic towards you, and so they're gonna start bringing this up in conversation, or they at least want to. These are their thoughts. We'll look at their actions after. Yeah, but their thoughts are definitely about wanting to take more action in becoming closer to you, closer friend, hanging out with you more. They're trying to get you alone. Maybe in the beginning it's with other people, but they're going to try to like kind of try to get it to be just the two of you alone. Okay. So what are the thoughts they're having about you? I just dream and wish for everything. And it fell on your thoughts. So they're hoping that you, like, they're like, whatever you dream, hope, and wish for, like, they want the same thing. So either they know that, like, you wanted this beautiful, incredibly loving, light-filled life, and they're like, yeah, I want that all too now. And I want to be able to tell you, and I want to be able to show you that I can contribute to that dream. I can bring it about. I can make it happen. But not only that, but they want to also talk about how they want the same things and they genuinely mean it. And they want to talk about all the things that they wish and dream about and want for the two of you. And they think that you're going to get excited by that because they're like, yeah, you're going to finally see that I'm on the same page as you, and that I'm very excited about that. Yeah, physically, hands are tied, waiting for the eagle to land. So it seems like they're not just like, they don't think that their hands are tied and that there's nothing they can do about it. They feel like their hand is tied, but divine help is on its way. They feel like they're being seen. They feel like their spirit guide, spirit team, spirit, God, universe, higher self, whatever you want to call it. They feel like they can see help is on the way. So they're like, my hands are not going to be tied for too long. I'm going to be able to talk to them soon. So there is something that is holding them back. The Strength card. the Justice card and the Strength card are like swapped in this one, in this deck, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, ink pot. Problems to be resolved. There's an issue. Justice. Even though the 11th card in the Major Arcana is this Justice card, in this deck it's like switched with the Justice. I mean the Strength card. There's a fight going on. Apple, temptation will test you. Okay, and with the Seven Pentacles. So, they feel like their hands are tied because they're in a situation where everything is mediocre and just fine. And it's very 3D. So your person might be, they might be in a relationship, and there's an issue going on right now because their frequency is rising, and they're now getting into more fights and arguments and disagreements with their current partner or whoever they're kind of shacked up with at this time. And they feel like, oh, like, I have no reason to leave them. Like, I'm not gonna be doing right by them. And your person's obviously a really good person. They're a twin flame, and so they don't know what to do because they don't want to leave this connection when they have no reason to, even though they're kind of, there's a lot of friction now between them and this other person because your twin flame's energy has heightened, reached new heights, raised significantly, as has yours. So it could be that they're in a relationship, or it could be just the people around them, like a roommate, or a really good friend, or a family member, or a coworker, or a business partner. Yeah, there's someone that they're in a relationship with. It could be more than one person. Let me see. Two. Yeah, it's whoever this person is, or wherever the situation, person, place, or thing is. Like, there's absolutely no way it's going to move forward, and they know that. But they just don't know how to get out of it yet. And so they ask the divine, they ask the spirit team. So your twin flame, they talk to their higher consciousness often. They talk to their higher consciousness often, and they're just like, yeah, like, I know what I want in my life. I just don't know how to get out of this situation right now. That's another reason they're spending a lot of time at home, is because they just they don't feel like going out with this person, or seeing their friends or family or their coworkers, or, you know, even like hanging out with their neighbors or anything like anymore. They're like, I'd rather not. There's so much friction there. They just want to talk to someone who they feel like who they deem to be worth their time, and who they feel like would understand them. They're just done talking to all these other people, and they're done arguing with them. So much so that they just like stop talking. They stop going out. Seven of Cups, interesting, with the Seven of Pentacles and then the Seven of Cups here. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. So 7/7 is a sign that they're on the right path. So they're doing the right thing. Another 7 here, 777. They're on the right path. So you can't yell at them for being like, whoa, what does it matter? If you don't resonate with these people, why don't you just kick them out of your life? Like, the people I'm talking to, the twin flames that I'm talking to in this reading, you don't think like that. You know, you understand, like, you would be in the same position. You wouldn't just want to be like, hey, I'm not going to talk to you again. I'll never see you again. Or I want out of this relationship. Or I'm putting up strong boundaries at this time. Or, you know, I just want to peace out and I'll call you whenever. Don't call me. I'm getting a new number. I'm not going to tell you my new number. Like, peace out, you know. That's not the kind of person you are, and that's not the kind of person your twin flame is. So, if you're watching this reading, you have no qualms about them, you know, waiting for the right situation to arise for them to leave in an honorable way. You understand that. You respect that. Cool. All right, so real quick, what about your thoughts? Your thoughts about your twin? King of Cups in hand in reverse. Again, it's like, you know, your twin is doing the right things. I love it. I love it. I love the energy of specifically the people who are watching this reading, because it's like you're on that high vibe that I like. That's how you know this is actually, you know, coming together. You know that your person is doing exactly what they need to do to come your way. In fact, their energy is so peaceful. You might have such peaceful sign synchronicities when it comes to your twin flame or your love life, and it's like so subtle. It's like a really soft wave coming to your feet. Like, you know, it's really gentle. It's very pleasing. It's really bright, and, you know, it's like sunny day, clear waters, warm but not too hot, water's not too cold. It's perfect, right? So the way that their signs and synchronicities come to you, your twin flames or the love energies, how they show themselves to you, how your romantic love signs and synchronicities and symbols show up for you is very gentle, very calm, and perfect. So I feel like you're very much enjoying that. Let's see your physical form of thoughts. The Emperor, yeah. The King of Cups and the Emperor. Yeah, the Divine Feminine is definitely like, oh yeah. My guys got this, you know. My Divine Masculines got this. No need to worry. They're handling things just as they should. The Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and now the Ace of Swords. It's so funny. We keep getting the Ace of Swords and the King. King of Swords right here. Ace of Swords and King of Swords have been side by side. Even in the first part. You know that things are happening in exactly the way that they should. They're happening right now, immediately. You just feel confident. You feel good about it. Like, they feel confident that they're going to meet up with you in this lifetime. You feel confident that this is happening in real time, that they are getting things done now. And they're fully in their power. You definitely can feel that they're fully in their power. You can feel it in yourself. Your own divine masculine energies is like very secure, confident. You're feeling really good about your masculine energy as well. Okay, let's look at their actions. So what are some of their actions at this time? Okay. What actions are they taking towards you at this time? The Judgment card in reverse. Okay, so they're taking a lot of time to kind of make decisions in their life right now. This card kind of wanted to come out. 3 of Wands. Yeah. So the 3 of Wands right next to this 2 of Wands. They are making decisions that will help. Judgment. Move things along in this direction. Which is really interesting because in the soul mission work, I mentioned there's a lot of money coming in for folks at this time, for light workers at this time. And one of the exercises that you're meant to kind of think about or work on, even journal, write down a piece of paper, pen to paper kind of thing, is kind of what would you immediately buy if you had a huge increase of money come in, a huge bump in your income, or a financial windfall, or a financial opportunity, or whatever, like financial, more stability, security if you've been lacking, like whatever that is. Like if you had a huge influx of money or resources come in, what would be the first thing you would use it on or spend it on? And of course you're going to save most of it for your long-term bigger projects and goals, your soul mission, right? But like, there's some things that you might immediately spend the money on in order to get to that will be useful for that soul mission, right? So it could be like a more professional wardrobe, or more current professional wardrobe, or more expensive kinds of fruits and vegetables, organic, the best quality, kind of foods and natural supplements and such. You might invest in some sort of health things to keep your mind, body, and brain, heart all working as great as possible. So you might hire like a personal trainer, or you might take some really exclusive, expensive yoga classes, or indulge in really, really quality workout materials, weights, indoor gym for yourself, or whatever, whatever you need. So health, and like maybe your physical looks, to get that confidence and have like better quality clothes for different scenarios, meetings, or just even to express yourself better when you're hanging out with your friends and family. All those kinds of things. You might invest in nice artwork to kind of give more warmth and high frequency energy to your home. You might invest in better landscaping, or gardening, or furniture, or something like that. Like just making a list of things that you might spend a little bit of that huge influx of prosperity energy coming in, to kind of prime you for the bigger goals you have. And so that was kind of your soul mission part of the energy. Something similar can be done with your romantic love life energy, your love connections with other people. So, and you can see that your divine masculine has already kind of started on this. So twin flame, it's kind of like a great idea to kind of do the same kind of inner work for your twin flame, for your romantic love life energy, your divine counterpart energy, which is and just kind of like love connections, like platonic soulmates, soul family members coming in energy. What would be the first things you would do with the influx of this kind of energy? They want to take a trip with you. You might be like, hey, I want to take them to this restaurant, or let me find some more trails that they might like, or more beach spots, or more more movies I think they would like let me get these on like DVD or Blu-rays, let me form a collection of movies I think that I definitely want to watch with them, or something. Or let me learn this new dish, this first dish that I want to impress them with, or let me learn a few more dishes that I can impress them with. But kind of, like what would you first do with that energy coming in? What would you spend that energy on? How would you spend that energy on them or with them? or on these kind of the connections. And also kind of like how would you incorporate it into your schedule or into your life? So like would you carve out time for your you time, some personal space for personal time, like, I gotta spend some time for self-care, self-love, so I'm gonna make sure I carve out enough time, once a week I'm gonna take a bath with like my book and my music and my whatever, and I have to make sure I keep that up. I'm gonna be working on this project or this job, and I want to make sure that I see them at least twice. I can do it most twice a week, for dinner with them or in the beginning, or I would like to kind of think about moving with them at some point, and I had to schedule in this many hours every day or every week to kind of look for that place together. Just kind of looking at that kind of like what would you do when they come in? What kind of energy would you spend on them or with them? How would that look in your life? What would you have to like carve out time for or schedule around in your daily life? And just like nice things too, like it would be nice to kind of have coffee with them in the morning, or just what daily life with them would look like, or a weekly kind of schedule with them would look like, or that you'd have to like figure out. And then also what would you need to get rid of at this time in order to allow in more of this kind of energy of your divine counterpart and kindred souls, in terms of soul family and stuff like that. So what do you need to get rid of to make more time for that? Is there things in your day that you do you work so hard that you don't allow any time to spend with your divine counterpart or friends? Is your week booked always? Do you schedule in time for vacation, or is it always last minute until like you're always worn out? So like what do you need to get rid of, even habits or energies that like won't allow for these beautiful relationships to come in? Do you spend too much time in the wood shop tinkering on your own, not spending enough time hanging out with other people, or vice versa? It's just, you just gotta figure out how you're gonna balance your life. So what can you get rid of? How are you gonna spend that energy with them? And then what's your life gonna look like, your daily life, your weekly life? How are you gonna schedule things around? These are 3 questions that you can look at and kind of do the inner work for in order for them to come in. This is the inner work that they're currently doing. Okay. Physical action towards you. Yeah, that's right. The King of Pentacles. Wow. It's awesome. The King of Swords, the King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles, and the Emperor here. Where are we missing? King of Pentacles. King of Wands. Oh, and we have the King of Wands. Wow. King of Pentacles, King of Wands, King of Cups, and King of Swords. And then we have the Emperor. So you can tell that the divine masculine energy is ready to go, make moves. As soon as this connection comes in, you can see them stepping up and making moves. They're already making moves in terms of this connection now. They're making decisions. They're getting rid of things that don't matter in their life, or figuring out how to do that best to allow in these new energies. They're spending more time by themselves because they're like, hey, if I need to balance out my life, if I don't have the people who reciprocate my love and life, and have the same kind of frequency as me, on the same page as me in my life, then I'm going to spend more time with myself, because I do have that love for myself. I do have that higher frequency, and I can connect with the divine and communicate with them. And I can have that life alone. So they balance it off by spending more time with themselves. And then when you come in, and when other soul family members come in, they can kind of be more extroverted again. But they're totally okay with spending more time with themselves, as long as they're in that high frequency energy. They're the boss, they're the king here. All right, so kind of physical action are they taking towards you? Seek professional advice. Okay. So I feel like before, the Divine Masculine was asking other people for advice in regards to this relationship, and now they're realizing, like, oh no. Like, I try to share my emotions and thoughts and feelings about my romantic life and my personal life with other people, even people who are close to them, like family, friends, and such. And they're realizing that people could not give them the advice that they needed because they're on a different level. They're on a different frequency that people cannot give them advice, you know? Maybe some people can channel divine advice for them here and there, but they're at a point now where even the divine is like, yeah, you gotta shed some connections here, kind of focus on yourself and just focus on us. So even their spirit guide, spirit team, source energy, and their higher self is like, hey, focus on these higher dimensional energies and beings at this time. Focus on your own super subconscious mind, your spirit guides, your own higher guidance. That's where you can get your advice from. So they're really listening to themselves and to their intuition and their higher guidance at this time. They try to talk to other people. They're just like, yeah, people can't understand me. They're not at the same level as me. That's fine, but I'm just going to do my own thing then, you know? Okay, so what about you? What are some of your actions towards them or this connection at this time? 7 of Cups. Oh my God, 7 of Cups, 7 of Cups. In reverse, both sides. Wow. So both of you are kind of at this place where it's like, yeah, I've kind of exhausted all the other options. So I'm getting specifically that you might be feeling like you've had enough experiences in romantic love and you're done with the fun, with the drama, with almost resonating but not completely resonating relationships with people. And so you're like, yeah, it's either the one or I'm good alone. You're also in kind of a similar state. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. And hit this kind of like you're on your own kind of card. I feel like you've done something similar. Twin Flame. I think you've done something similar where it's just like you're keeping to yourself. You tried opening up to other people. You're like, hey, I just gotta find my own. I feel like the Divine Feminine here is more kind of with 3 of Cups here and then now the 3 of Pentacles. The Divine Feminine, even though you would love to start a new project, like a soul mission project with your Divine Masculine right now, you're more focused on kind of just meeting the right people, networking, finding the right resources and the right connections, the right group, the people that you can work with. You know, Divine Feminine is very, they're definitely more community minded and family minded and just kind of like, how can we get all these people to work together kind of energy. And so you're kind of like, oh, if I build it, they will come. I have the strength to build a family, to build a community, to build the kind of world I would want to bring a child into or my grandchild into, or for future generations to come through, my disciples, my students to come into. I have the capabilities to build this world. So the divine feminine is more focused on finding or creating a family or community that they can belong in or create more harmony in, and organize or help in participating in at this time. And they do feel like they will find their divine counterpart or soulmates in that way. So you might be going into more spiritual conferences, groups online, or just even exploring certain hobbies that you're really interested in, or certain topics of research that you're really into, and finding groups with people that are interested in similar things. You might be looking at your local places in your neighborhood, around your neighborhood, that might be having meetups of some sort. So I feel like that's kind of the energy that the divine feminine is in. How does this look physically? 4 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there's like a going in period for the divine feminine, but it seems like it's more you're going in when it comes to the whole collective, but you want to hang out with other people who are also kind of in the same place. So you're not feeling so extremely extroverted yourself, but you also wouldn't mind being with other people who are in the same mood. I'm getting same kind of vibe. Judgment. Oh, wow. Judgment here for the masculine. See, you two are on the same page. So you might be looking at a lot of things online of how to release things that you don't need in your life, and in order to make room for things that you do want in your life to come in. So you might be going through a huge, and twin flames in general must be going through a huge, very cathartic clearing of 3D things that no longer resonate with you. And with as we saw in the first part of the twin flame reading, that this is a huge manifestation that you are bringing into your life right now. And this manifestation is your entire 5D life. So you're probably letting go of almost everything in the 3D, almost like Buddha-esque, just releasing all attachments to everything. You don't have to release attachments to everything, just everything that isn't on the same frequency as you, and that's gonna be almost everything. So it's not like, oh, I'll probably not bring this TV or bookshelf or whatever with me in the next home. It's more like I might not bring these friendships, these relationship with others into the next part of my life. I might not bring these ideas, these behaviors into the next part of my life. I might not bring these goals that I had for a very long time, or these wishes and desires into the next part of my life. I might not bring this lifestyle with me, this schedule with me in this next part of my life. I might not bring this version of myself, these old versions of myself in the next part of my life. So there's a huge, intensely crazy amount of clearing going on for Lightworkers, for twin flames, for Starseeds, of literally clearing out almost everything 3D. And that's why in the beginning I mentioned it's going to look like you're a nomad. You're living this nomadic caveman-like style life. And that's just in the beginning. You don't have to be a minimalist. It's just it's just going to feel like this in the beginning as you bring in more 5D things. People, places, things, situations, opportunities. So you can also check out the Soul Mission reading if you want more information about that. And then lastly, let's look at what's happening in terms of physical union with twin flames at this time. What's happening with physical union? Emperor. Oh, interesting. Okay. Emperor. masculine, divine masculine energies. Your masculine energies and your twin flames masculine energies are building this home in the physical. So they're building an energy in which the two of you can exist together. Because if you don't already know, it's really hard for twin flames or divine counterparts or high frequency ultimate soulmate energy kind of relationships, true love kind of relationships to like this is like extremely high frequency level romantic relationships. It's hard to exist in the 3D world. It can, it's just usually short-lived because it's hard to kind of sustain it in low frequency environments. So I'm doing this reading for like the entire like Lightworker collective, and so I mentioned that this bifurcation is more prominent right now and it's going to be very obvious this year going into next year 2025 because the 3D is splitting off from the 5D, and this is the time where Lightworkers are mostly in a 5D state of mind 51% of the time or more. This is the majority of Lightworkers are in 51% of 5D energies at this time or more, which is why this kind of like switch happened, and this is like a break off point from the 3D life, which is why this is such a huge manifestation, such a huge like new chapter of your life that is very, very absolutely completely different than what the life you've been living up until now. And you too, your twin flames, Lightworker Starseeds, are creating this physical home in the physical world, so you can sustain a relationship, a connection with other people of this caliber, of this frequency, very, very high frequency. Okay. The Queen of Swords. I love that. The King of Swords and the Queen of Swords coming out of isolation. But with the swords, I feel like you two are going to be isolated together. For a time. This card also wanted to come out. Three of Swords. Yeah, so we got the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and now the Three of Swords. But I'm getting that, the two of you are coming together and isolating. And I mentioned this in recent energy updates where Lightworkers are hermiting with their divine counterparts. So you're going to find a physical home, and then you two are going to hermit together for a while as your body goes through physical changes with this energetic upgrade that's going on. And as you two kind of figure out, like, shed the old and bring in the new, your bodies are going to physically change, and it's going to be very few, true few. That's why it's like, oh, you're going to do this not just with your divine counterpart, maybe at the very least one other platonic soulmate, one other soul family member, and you're going to find that you're going to live closer to each other. So your divine counterpart, you're going to probably even like physically move in with, even whether you've known each other for a short period of time or a long period of time or coming together, whatever the situation is with your twin flame, you're going to probably come together and live together while you go through this massive energetic and physical, like, body's going to change energy. And you can have at least one platonic friend, and they're going to have at least one platonic friend, soulmate friend, and maybe you might have like a few other or several other, and you're going to live in the same kind of area, so you can go through this massive change together, because it is kind of difficult. And also at the beginning of this connection, this true love, divine counterpart, twin flame connection, when you guys come together, you're going to do a last bit of clearing and healing of romantic relationships from your past, which is very normal and happens when you're in a safe place with someone finally, to open up about these things and to clear. And this is the only kind of inner work that you can't do by yourself, that you have to do with your divine counterpart. So that's going to happen as well. Just going to pull one more card here with this energy of like you rather be with just your divine counterpart, but you know that you need to be in a group. What is that about? Queen of Swords. Yeah, Queen of Swords. So there's a little bit of like reasoning and understanding that you obviously would love nothing more to be just with your divine counterpart and do all the romantic lovey-dovey things, but you're also more focused on community building, soul mission work, and having a healthy balance in your life. And that's how far you've come to divine feminines have come to, that they can actually focus on everything else and not just the romantic love life. Although, you know, you might spend some days just on that, but like you're creating balance in your life, and you can tell that the divine masculine is doing that as well. Okay, so that's like building the home is union energy. So I want to look back at the physical union energy once I ask a couple of questions, like what's going on with the divine feminine's life and what's going on with the divine masculine's life, and what they would want to say to each other. Okay, so what's going on with the divine feminine's life at this time? Intuition. And physically, the snake, which is cunning, distractions, duplicity, rivalry, charming, intelligence, untrustworthiness, seduction. All right, so the divine feminine is definitely using their intuition more at this time. They're connecting with their higher self more at this time. I feel like for the divine feminine, it's like becoming second nature just to always have her intuition on. And so they're getting used to that, and they're realizing that there's a lot of snakes in the garden. There's a lot of people who aren't not looking out for her highest best good. Dark night of the soul brings new meaning. Life brings new meaning. So I do feel like the divine feminine is realizing that something is different about the dark night of the soul, the way that that's being experienced. Club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Yeah, kind of like the dark night of the souls have been perpetuated by people and things that weren't no longer serving them. But if the divine feminine can avoid these things and get out of her life things that like are no longer serving her for her highest best good, and be on top of that, you know, get ahead of that she will no longer have dark night of the souls. And we saw that for twin flames in general. It's like, yeah, you're not going to have a dark night of the soul again. You kind of experience everything you want to experience, and you don't need to like go through all that trauma and drama again to learn your lesson and figure out what you want and what you want to do. It's like, yeah, you're done. Fly, a period of ill health, depression. Yeah, someone will try to make you do something against your will that will give you ill health and depression. There's a snake in the garden. Divine feminines, you have your intuition. Be careful of this person, people, place, or thing. I'm going to pull a couple more cards on that because that's kind of important. Okay. Queen of Cups. There's someone in your midst, divine feminine, who is close to you, and seems like they are someone who is looking out for your best interests and cares for you. The Star card, but they do not want what you want for yourself, and they're asking you to kind of submit yourself. How will you know who this person or people are? 8 of Wands. They are directly communicating with you. Okay, under the 7 of Wands, reverse. This person will talk to you about 9 of Swords. Like, oh, like, you know, haven't you been in depression too much? Like, don't you want to just, you know, get this kind of job, move to this kind of place, just find this kind of partner in life, you know, connect with these friends again, you know, go eat this kind of food, live this kind of life. Like, that's the kind of person that's going to talk to you. they're going to talk to you in that way. This is your test, Divine Feminine, and you're going to be able to pick up on that pretty quickly, hopefully, and know that, nope, you're not going through another dark night of the soul. You're done. You're moving on. Spirit's advice for you at this time: trust that all will be revealed. You'll find out who this person is, and you'll find out what their true intentions were and why. I'll pull another card for you. Take that leap. Yeah. That means like trust yourself and kind of take that leap of faith that you know for yourself is the right move to make. I want to pull an extra card just to see if we can get a time frame. When this person's coming in and when all will be revealed. It's coming in now. This person are actually blocking you from your twin flame, whether intentionally or unintentionally, whether they know about the twin flame thing or they know this is your desire or wish or dream or destiny or not. They are trying to prevent you from that with good intentions, it seems like, or maybe they're trying to come off like they have good intentions for you. And when will the truth be revealed of their true intention? Right away, actually. Yeah, as soon as you come into union with your divine counterpart, that's going to be you passing your test. And we saw the Page of Cups come up on the part 1 of the twin flame reading, and also said that your divine counterpart is coming in like now, right? Anytime between now and next year, but I feel like it's sooner than later for most people. So 2024 and 2025 is when there's going to be a lot of twin flame unions, divine counterpart unions, true love unions happening. And as soon as you meet your divine counterpart or have physical union with them, this person that has been kind of blocking you is going to tell you the truth, and they kind of have to. It's part of their, universal laws or something like that. And so they kind of have to tell you that or something like that. I don't know if this person is like a reptilian disguised as a human or something like that. Like, why is this so like sketchy? Like, what do they have to tell you? But I don't think so. I think it's just like someone who like has good intentions for you, but they totally completely set in their 3D ways, something like that. Okay, so let's see what's happening with the masculine at this time. That was crazy. I didn't expect that. What's happening with the masculines at this time? Creation, and the divine masculine energy is on point, is working at this time. Mountain, creating mountains. Wow, I love that. 21. Mountain, obstacle, challenge, delay, stubbornness. And a recent energy update I did, I used to equate the mountain to a challenge, and it was like every time that like I stayed at a mountain or was around a mountain, like it presented some challenge for me in my life. And then I remember I lived on a mountain for a while, and it was such high frequency energy, and I was like not ready for it at that point. I was like in my lowest frequency energy at that time, and so it kind of like gave me like hell. It really was. It really changed my life completely, but for the good, eventually, for the better eventually. But then recently, in the recent energy update, I mentioned how now I associate mountain with abundance, wealth, legacy, permanence, you know? And, you know, before it's like if I had a challenge, after I dealt with a challenge or it was almost done, I would go on a hike on a different mountain that I'd conquered. I'm like, yeah, I did this hike and it made me feel really good, right? It's like, yeah, I overcame this challenge and this is a representation of it. Now I see mountain as abundance, as something that's long-lasting, not moving, has very, very big, powerful physical energy. And so what I'm getting is like the divine feminine is getting rid of is in the intuitive state and getting used to being in that intuitive state more often than not, like connecting to your higher guidance, connecting to your higher self and your spirit guide, spirit team very easily and much more often, like not really turning it off that often, or getting your frequency too low to not connect as often, or having trouble, or have to find some physical way to connect. Your intuition is more on point and more turned on consistently, right? For the divine feminines, the divine masculines are more in their creative state. They're building more, they're creating more with their intentions, with their minds, with their hearts, and with their physical hands and body, right? So the masculines energies are ready to, they've overcome the challenge of feeling like they have no control over their life and no ability to create. They're getting into their manifestation abilities and coming at it in a holistic way, where mind, body, and soul are now creating like never before. They're ready. They're learning how to manifest in small ways, as you can see in the soul mission reading. And they're ready to manifest more bigger things coming up. Okay, so what is going on with the divine masculine? Love and light, act with care. And yeah, they learned that they have to align what they want to manifest with the thing that they care the most about. They need to manifest using their light and love energies, and so they're connecting to their light and love energies, which is the 5D energies, more. They're realizing that's how you create better. Dogs, getting together with friends. It's funny because it feels like for the divine feminine, someone's trying to like sucker her in back into the 3D life, and she's like, oh, I need to find friends, I need to find groups, communities. And the divine feminine is looking for that for protection a little bit too, energetically even, because the divine feminine can protect herself, but you know, it's so much better when you have a group of people where you feel that protective energy. It's like amplified. Whereas the divine masculines are always like, you know, like, let me do my own thing by myself, create by myself. Now they're looking for people to create with. Now they're being brought into groups, which is why the divine feminine is probably going to meet their divine masculine in a group. The divine masculine's already in it, or they're creating it, or they're about to get in it and you two are going to get in it at the same time, or something like that. It's going to come easily for the divine masculine because they're not looking for that. They're looking for the divine feminine, but they're going to find a group. The divine feminine is looking for a group, and they're going to find the divine masculine, right? Divine masculine is looking for people to create with, to give them ideas. The divine feminine is looking for someone to protect them and create like a home or community with. A sincere wish will be granted. I know it seems like, oh, why is the divine masculine getting all this good luck energy and the divine feminine is getting all this bad luck energy? Well, divine feminine, you're more intuitive. You're just in that more feminine energy more easily in the physical realm. And so you are able to connect to the higher realms easily. And with you now connecting to the higher realms more consistently, easily, more times than not, 51% times more than not, you might feel attacked a little bit more. This switch turned on where you're now in the 5D. You're considered now in the 5D now that you're in 51% energy. And so you might feel attacked a little bit more. You might feel the energies, the 3D energies trying to keep you in the 5D in the 3D energies, because you lift their energies up. You make them feel good. You make them better. You make them feel better. You help them with their problems. They suck your energy, you know? And they're not sucking the energy from you. You willingly give your high frequency energy that you go up into the higher dimension and download within your own framework, your energy framework, and ground into the 3D. And this is them trying to hold you back a little bit more for another dark night of soul, for another for a little boost in the collective 3D collective energy, but you're not meant to do that anymore. You're meant to go into the 5D energy, right? So you're looking for like-minded people. You're like, at this point, I don't care if it's my divine masculine or just a platonic friend or just a casual acquaintance. Like, I just need to find more of my kind so that this energy can't be sucked away by people who don't deserve it, or by things that don't need it as much as I do at this time. So you're keeping your energy to yourself and finding other people that you can kind of circulate this energy with, right? But the divine masculine's like, I can create anything. I can create anything I want. I can look at my little manifestations that I've created. But now I need people to think of what I should create next. What bigger thing I should create next. And if I have more people, I'll be able to create even bigger things with our collective manifestation power. So both of you have the intention of finding like-minded, kindred souls for protection and for creation at this time. So that's what I'm saying, like divine feminine energy, it doesn't matter, it's both, vice versa, same. Okay, a sincere wish will be granted. What is this? Sincere wish. Where's my deck? Pause. Okay, so divine masculine energy, justice in reverse. Yeah, they also understand that this is like a just desserts part, where they are meant to share this energy, but only with those that share that level of justice, fairness, love and light energies, who has a beautiful soul inside and out. They're only meant to share this energy of manifestation with the people that will do right by it. So you can see the masculine energy is bringing in a lot of abundance at this time, a lot of prosperity energy, and they're primed and ready to go to manifest bigger things right now. And they understand that this energy is powerful and is only meant to be used in the right way. The divine masculine and feminine are in such a high frequency state now where they do not want to create for any egotistical reason. They know that they want to create in a way that will help them improve and the people around them improve, and then in the future the 3D collective to improve. So the masculine gets that, like, I gotta share this energy with, they want to share it with just the divine feminine, but they understand they just want to help the right people do good. Yeah, see, they just want to connect to the right people. Like, I just want to be with the divine feminine, but, you know, like, these people seem cool enough. Like, you know, maybe the divine feminine is among one of these. Like, they're on the search. They're out looking for the divine feminine. And the divine feminine wants the divine masculine, but is just out there looking for a group that their divine masculine might be in. Both of them are kind of, you see, on the same page. Okay, so what is Spirit's advice for the divine masculine at this time? There's no reason to fear. I think the only fear that might come up for the divine masculine is, like, I have this incredible power now to manifest whatever I want. Maybe they get a lot of resources, a lot of money, a lot of prosperity energies, a lot of a lot of opportunities and situations that they can choose from. Their fear might be not choosing the right things, or possibly letting their ego take over. But it's not a major fear. It's very, very little. And find your inner light. Love and light. Find your inner light. They're being asked to kind of go connect with their guidance more, higher guidance more, which they are doing, and to connect with their intuition more, and just, you know, make decisions based on that, on their heart, and what they feel is intuitively the right way to go. Am I doing the right thing? Am I finding the right group? Am I doing the right, making the right choices to find my divine feminine? Yes. You can't go wrong if you're listening to your intuition and your heart. So the divine feminine is being in her spiritual intuitive side more now, and the divine masculines can access that and they're being told to access that more as they step into this more physical creation part of their journey, and taking more physical action role in their twin flame journey. Yeah, whereas the divine feminine is being asked to use her ability to help out a community, that yearning and that help, or to help out a family or something like that, help out a group, use your know-how, skills, and talents in that capacity. What can you bring to this group? That kind of mentality. And stay away from the people who are kind of wanting you to come back and share your energy with 3D situations. Okay, lastly, I'm going to see messages from the divine masculine and divine feminine, and then we'll look into one last bit of the physical union energy. So what would the divine masculine like to say to the divine feminine? I won't let my fears keep us apart. There's no reason to fear, is Spirit saying to him. And I won't let my fears keep us apart. He's saying to you. It's like, yeah, like I'm not going to be afraid that like my ego might take over, or that following my intuition is kind of scary because it's kind of new, or I haven't followed my heart and intuition this much ever before. And so I'm not letting anything keep me away from you at this time. Even like making moves and seeing people and getting out there and joining groups or making groups and physically taking action to come find you. I'm not letting that keep us apart anymore. They are actually taking action to come into union with you, divine feminine. Okay, so divine feminines, what are you saying? What would you like to say to your divine masculines? I'm learning to love myself again. It came out in reverse. So it's kind of like divine feminines have learned how to love themselves again. And so they are completely ready to have a relationship, or almost ready to have a relationship with their divine counterpart. They're saying to the divine masculine, it's like, hey, I love myself. I love who I am now. I love my life. I love the direction of my life. I love all the things that got me here. I can love it from a distance if it's like not pleasant, but I love that my experiences in life. I love my life right now. I love who I am. I love my connections to divine. I love the different parts of me. And yeah, that's why I saw like the Nine of Pentacles and the Empress card and the Queen of Cups cards. Like, yeah, the divine feminine is so in love with herself and her life and her connection to the divine that prime and prepped for a love like this, for a relationship like this. And like the divine masculine is prime and prepped to create, the divine feminine is prime and prepped for this romantic relationship. Yeah, so what kind of signs and synchronicities are you receiving from your masculine? How is the divine feminine receiving messages from the divine masculine? I'm afraid I will lose myself in you. And you're always in my dreams. Okay, so the divine feminine is seeing a lot of things happen in her dreams. So you could be also seeing past life relationships. You could be seeing past life relationship with your twin flame or with other romantic partners, just to kind of clear energies or remember those lessons. Also, possible situations, things that you thought about having in this current lifetime in terms of your romantic love life, and things that you didn't want to happen in this lifetime. Those dreams are also coming through. Those are all energies coming through for you to be cleared. Things that you wanted or thinking about, or things that you don't want, those are clearing out as well as past life situations with your twin flame, but also other soulmates, in order to kind of have the things that you need to remember at this time in regards to romantic relationships of the divine nature. Okay, so that's what's happening for divine feminines. And I'm afraid to lose myself in you. Oh, the love card. Yeah. It came out in reverse. I'm getting that they're like the tiny bit of fear that the feminines have is potentially getting so completely lost with the masculine that they forget to keep everything else in their life in balance. And we saw this earlier in their reading, where the divine feminine is definitely not like going to do that. She definitely has and wants to keep everything else in balance, and has a desire to, you know, work on this whole mission and keep up her connection with other people and herself, self-love, self-care, and is very, very aware, and not just like, oh, I have to do this, like wants to do it. And so, but the only thing that's coming up is a little bit of fear from past experiences and thoughts like that. Whereas the masculines, you know, they're a little bit of fear that when they get into a lot of money or resources, they're gonna just spend it stupidly on things that their ego wants, or make too many rash decisions like they've done and like their ego has pushed them to do in the past. They're not in that place. Make stupid decisions in regards of releasing people and things in their life. They're not going to do that, but that's just a tiny bit of fear coming up because of past situations, like the divine feminine, you know, messing up her life, or, you know, not keeping her life in balance because of too much focus on the divine masculine or romantic love part of her life. She's not going to do that anymore, but it's just a little bit of fear that's coming up because of past experiences. Okay, so how is the divine masculine receiving messages from the divine feminine? How is the divine masculine receiving messages from the divine feminine? We're never apart. I won't let my fears keep us apart. We're never apart. You've awakened a spiritual force within me. So if you already met your twin flame, it's kind of like, yeah, since that day, we've never been apart. You've been on my mind. You've been in my energies since that day one. For others of you, or for everyone, it's kind of like you have had so many lifetimes together in the past. Your souls are combined on so many levels, so many energetic points. You two are combined. And so I just got this vision. Of like, you know how like the divine feminine falls and the divine masculine follows, and the divine feminine rises and the divine masculine follows. I got this an image of like, you know how souls kind of, oversouls turn into souls, and the souls turn into like, you know, individual spirits and individual personas here in this physical lifetime. I just got this image of like how when you have a divine counterpart, you two have like many, 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 many lifetimes together in different worlds, and you start connecting different energy points within your bigger soul energies, bigger soul forms. And then once you come together and fully form, you kind of do the same thing with another divine counterpart in the higher echelons of, I don't know, heaven or the other side or whatever. Whoa. But yeah, it just feels like, yeah, you two have so many lifetimes together, and you come into this world with their energy in your aura, you know, going around and around in your auric field. So they're never apart. You always had a piece of them with you, even in this lifetime. So when you see each other, you can recognize each other, but also you can connect with each other from the other side, and they're kind of like your spirit guide, a version of from the other side. Because when you have your soul, you don't put your like 100% of that soul into one person. You can do like a small percentage into this person in that lifetime, and this person in that lifetime, and this person in that lifetime, because all these lifetimes are happening simultaneously on the other side, because time doesn't exist on the other side, right? So yeah, there's like a percentage of their soul energy in your auric field at all times as a layer of protection and you know, like your guidance if you need it, kind of like your, you know, spirit guides or guardian angels. But yeah, twin flames are born with this energy of their twin flame in their auric field already, a little piece of it. So yeah, you two are never apart. When you do come across each other in the physical, you do awaken each other spiritually. That is one way that you can awaken spiritually. It's meeting your twin flame. Okay, let's see how this shows up for them. Okay, these two cards, I guess. Shaman and Eagle. Oh, I love that, because there was a card somewhere here. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. Like, yeah, they're waiting to get released from some of the connections that they don't want to be part of, but they want to try to figure out how to do it in a way that's not gonna leave everything in a worse place than it was, kind of thing, you know. And that I saw that eagle here in the background. I've got the eagle here again. So yeah, and the shaman with the bear. I love that. So it feels like they saw you as this like really highly spiritual person, like almost like a shaman, and they're part of your tribe. They knew from the get-go that they will always be a part of your tribe. They feel like they might not be as intuitive and spiritual as you are, or in the way that you are, but they do feel like they are as spiritual and intuitive, and they can see visions, and they do connect to energy in a very strong way. They just think that you have more experience in it. And they learn from your example. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about spirituality and beliefs and spiritual theories. And they tend to follow yours because you show them the way. So they like the way that you think, and they want to look at spirituality in the perspective that you do, so that you two can be even interconnected in that way, even stronger. Wow. All right, so lastly, what is happening with these union energies? Karmic relationship, fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. Yeah, so this is definitely for the feminine. It's like, okay, you got to let go of people, places, and things that no longer serve you. And that's how you're going to come into this union. That's you coming into union. Is like knowing that you're releasing all these karmic relationships. And the divine masculine is also doing that. They're also trying to figure out a way to get out of any karmic relationships that is being left here. You've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve the situation. You can do it. Yeah, so Spirit is saying like that it's a challenge for both twin flames, the feminine and the masculine, which is like you have people in your life that no longer serve you, you know, whether it's past or current romantic interests, crushes, people you just connect with, people you live with or around, or friends, old friends and family member connections that you need to put up more boundaries with, people that you work with, people that collaborate with, or just interact with on a daily basis. They are relationships. They are in your life, and if they're karmic, if they serve their purpose, you have to kind of resolve the situation, and that's like going out and finding other groups and people, and simultaneously releasing those people or hanging out with them less, or putting up boundaries or releasing the connection with people that do no longer serve you. Okay, last card here. Spirit's message for this union. 6 of Wands, success. I love that. That came up in the first card too, right here. 6 of Wands. For the union energies in the unseen. You've achieved victory over a recent battle, whether in your external world or within yourself. You might be receiving public recognition for your success and the progress you've made on your journey. Allow yourself this self-appreciation and public acknowledgement. You and your romantic connection may be ready to step into the spotlight as you publicly recognize each other and your relationship. Continue to support each other and the connection, and you'll find success. So, wow, 2 things here. First of all, the 6 of Wands, it came out as a success energy for your unseen union energy. So you have success. Both of you have chosen each other, chosen this fate, and have made moves for this connection. Releasing karmic situations, getting over the tiny bit of fears that you have, understanding that you're ready to work on the last bit of relationship inner work that you have to do as a couple together, that you have to do with a partner. Ready to step into 5D, using your intuition and connecting to your higher self more in the 5D energies 51% of the time or more, and wanting to be with each other, but recognizing that that you're going to have to take some action in order to find some sort of group while you're ready to use your abilities and your skill sets to work for the greater good, work for your community, work for your family, work for your partnership. And at this time, you want to focus on just yourself. You're bringing in all this beautiful energy. You're manifesting all this beautiful good luck, very prosperous, abundant, positively abundant energy in waves, in huge, massive ways. And you're meant to keep that to yourself, not share it with every single person, even if you love them, even if you like them. Just keep it to yourself and only share it with the people who are also carrying that same amount of energy as you. And you'll be drawn to each other at this time. You're meeting your groups, and in that group you will find your divine counterpart, or you'll find your divine counterpart and your soul family around the same time as of each other. And then you'll see that you and your romantic connection, your twin flame, are stepping into the spotlight publicly. You will meet in the physical union, and you two will continue to support each other in the connection as you two kind of form a relationship. And I told you it'll happen very quickly because you are forming a home in the physical in order to go through all these changes rapidly to move into the 5D. All right, beautiful soul. So I hope you enjoy this reading, and I wish you so much love and light in your twin flame journey at this time. It seems like things are happening as predicted for 2024 into 2025. So much love and light to you, and enjoy your abundance, beautiful twin flame.